Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Tun, the librarian at the high school. I'm going to give you an introduction today on a pretty cool thing that Miss Kerska and I dreamed up to give you a little bit of a better taste of literature written in English or translated into English from all over the globe. This is a group research project and an individual research project on the geography, culture, and history of a country of your choice. So just to start, the first step on the process is going to be to choose a country to study. So Ms. Kerska and I have sort of narrowed down what those countries could be to India, Brazil, Zimbabwe, Jamaica, Australia, Russia, Honduras, Thailand, and the Inuit First Nation people of Nunavut, Canada. So just to give you kind of an idea of why we wanted to do that, there are definitely understudied places on Earth that we would like to give you a better picture of. So I'm just going to kind of show you on this map here. Brazil, here. Jamaica would be the Caribbean island here near Cuba. Honduras in Central America here. Nunavut, we have to go way up here to this area. The Inuit people would be formerly known as Eskimos. Then if we go over to the Eastern Hemisphere here, on the continent of Africa, we have Zimbabwe here in kind of southeastern Africa, India, Thailand, which is kind of this long, shaped like an elephant nose there, and then Australia here, Russia, and also in some of the literature areas formerly known as the USSR or Soviet Union. So that kind of will give you an idea of how we're trying to go all over Earth here to, like I said, give you a different cultural exposure to places all over Earth, not just the United States or Western Europe, which we traditionally study. The next step in the process will be to read and annotate different genres of literature in your groups. These genres will be children's books, traditional fables, modern short stories, visual art, and poetry. So you'll be looking at these things in groups, trying to summarize themes, looking for areas that seem very traditional to that culture, and then also adding points of clarification and that sort of thing. The third step will be to turn your annotations and your note-taking from the reading and make those into research questions. So where we're going with this ultimately is that we would like you to be able to read these pieces of literature, look at them for their cultural distinctiveness, and then do research on that country. Learn about the history, learn about the geography, learn about the different cultural aspects so that then you can take your interpretations of the literature and couple that with the research that you've done and also some research that others have done in that area, experts in the area of cultural literacy, and that you can turn that into an arguable thesis statement that will eventually be the answer to your research questions, so that you will be able to make a statement about how this literature is emblematic of the culture, the history, the geography of this country, how these literary pieces are the extension of the people's experience in these places and what makes them unique. So this is a pretty big question. It's a pretty broad question. And that's why I am going to be team teaching this unit with Miss Kerska, and I will be going along side by side with you, showing you how and modeling what I am doing for my chosen country of China. So every time you move in a new step for this project, I will be demonstrating for you, sometimes in video, most of the time in real life, how I am doing the things that we're asking you to do. Okay, so after you've taken your annotations and the notes that you have taken when you've been reading the poetry and you've been reading the short stories, and after you turn those into research questions, then you'll come into the LMC and you'll do research, and I will be there to help you along the way. How do you find information about your country? Through online databases, through literary criticism, through books, and through reliable web searches. And you'll gather together all of that information in a note-taking style that works for you, where you can keep track of where you're getting information and that you're not just copying and pasting information down and cobbling it together, but you're reading things, working through them, putting them in your own words, sorting out and sifting which information works for your research questions, which information doesn't, and then ultimately turning that into a research paper. So that's ultimately where we're headed. You want to take everything that you've learned, everything that you've recorded in detail in your well-cited notes, and then you're going to organize it in a way that works. How does it answer your research questions best? Then you're going to synthesize your information into an arguable thesis about geography, culture, history, and literature of the country that you're studying. You'll write a formal research paper with supporting information from your inquiry, that's another word for research, with in-text citations and a works cited. So I realize that this may be overwhelming for you to see the end before you've even started. But I just want to give you a sort of map in your mind of where we're headed. This is going to be a long-term project, and it'll definitely be broken up into incremental steps so that it will be manageable for you. But I just wanted to let you know that the end product is going to be you taking these notes from reading the literature, pairing that with research, and then putting that together into an arguable thesis. After you write the paper, what we want you to do is be able to take what you've learned and show it in a meaningful way that's real life. People, unless you're in academia, in the real world, do not show information or research through research papers. That being said, you need to be able to convey your information in a way that is just as thorough, just as detailed, and just as well explained as it would be if it were written. So this sort of demonstration of your learning could be done in lots of different ways. This is something that we're probably not even going to touch and talk about until after winter break. So I just wanted to let you know that that's on the horizon, but I wouldn't quite worry about that yet at all. Mostly, I just hope that you can get excited about the fact that we are going to be looking at some literary works of places on Earth that tend to be understudied and underrepresented as far as their rich cultural and literary history. Many of the authors that you'll be reading not only write in their native language, but write in English as well. Some of them are done through translators, which is also a really interesting look at how to get the emotion and the tone of the language through translation. So Ms. Kerska will be setting up a Google form for you so that you can first choose which country it is that you would like to further study. And then the next thing that we'll be doing the next class period is I will be coming in and showing you how I am going to thoughtfully and critically read children's stories and traditional fables, and we will be taking annotations in a group after you watch me do my particular choice, which is the book Zen Shorts. That is a children's book based on Chinese culture. So I'm excited to be working with Miss Kerska on this. If you have questions, I'm sure that we will be able to answer them readily, and I look forward to meeting with you.